Hi, good afternoon. We have with us today at SonderConnect Shuba and Lakshmi, founders of Broadsheet. Lakshmi, what made you start Broadsheet? What was the thought process behind Broadsheet?
I think it's frustration with women's media in India today. It has, we've had a digital explosion, we have a digital boom, which has transformed what women's media means in places like the United States and other parts of the world. But in India, it's the same mix of entertainment, basically, gossip, lifestyle, shopping. And that's not what Indian women just need. Yeah, we all want to be entertained. But we're dealing with life issues, work issues, family issues, marriage, sex. There's nothing talking to them, giving them valuable information about these critical things in their life that they deal with.
Shuba, you come from a corporate background. You've worked with very large brands. What made you take the plunge in terms of becoming now an entrepreneur?
Well, I think it was undoubtedly the vision of Broadsheet. Having been living and working in the corporate world in India, it was acutely clear to me that there was a desire and a thirst for knowledge that women, say 25 to 35 in the workforce in India were not getting. There were huge knowledge gaps that I saw, and if we were able to fill those knowledge gaps through this venture, it was a no-brainer for me.
So why just 25 to 35 age group? What about women of all ages, right? I'm sure there's so many questions, so many challenges.
Yeah, I think we picked that because, around 24, actually 23, 24 is when she's coming into the workplace. Until then she's in college. Maybe, she has a different set of concerns at that point. Because when she comes into the workplace, she's thinking more serious about her career, maybe her relationships, she's probably moved away from home, right? Some of them even have gotten married and thinking. So that script that we used to have, I think, when we were young, you went to college and you typically married, it was love or arranged, then you had your kids a little later. We had a little script, whether we worked or didn't work, most of us didn't. That script is completely out the window now. Sometimes women are making choices to get married at 32, not at all, at 24. So we think that block of 24 to 35 is when she has the most complicated decisions. She has more freedom to make those choices, but those decisions are also more complex. Right? The trade-offs are more complex.
Shuba, do you see your target audience coming in from the cities in India or the tier 2, tier 3, smaller towns too?
Everywhere. I really, until we get to the vernacular stage, which will be a different segment, which we're actually also planning. The difference between tier 2, tier 3, and tier 1 is really negligible today in India. The world is just too small for that. So I think geography is irrelevant. This is for women who are curious, who are seeking support, who are seeking answers to questions that they need to navigate their life. Thankfully, I believe the choices they have, while the practicalities of achieving them are harder, they absolutely need the same support and knowledge.
Lakshmi, where do they go today for this information? There's so much information on the internet, right? Why do you feel that they come to Broadsheet?
Actually, that's the problem. There's so much information. Firstly, discovery is a problem, finding that information, because there's so much of it. And assessing the quality of it. Why do we have a fake news crisis? Because people can't assess the quality of the information, even if they stumble on information. And the funniest thing is that actually she's getting that information now from her peer groups, her WhatsApp, maybe friends, family, maybe some from Facebook, little networking groups that she's part of. So she's kind of cobbling together information from what she can do it, right? So she's doing it in this very time and efficient way, which is huge because women are time starved. All around the world, we're time starved, right? So she's doing it, she's struggling to do it, and she's used to that pain. It's like that stone in your shoe, right? So we're here to take away the stone. It's like, see.
And in fact, our research has shown us that while they cobble together some of it, there's still gaping holes where they feel like they said, I wish I had this at this point. I wish I knew this at this point. We look back at our own careers and believe that, 26, I didn't know how to ask for a raise, for example. And when it's not, you Google things and it's not in your context, it might be something that's happening in the US or something in the UK, it doesn't really apply here.
What are some of the struggles? You just mentioned the 26-year-old asking for a raise. And today, 26-year-olds are always asking
Yes,
for a
that's
raise.
true. That's
But what are other...
Okay, what about getting a safe abortion, right? There's so much, we acknowledge in movies now, we acknowledge in pop extras, of course, everyone is having sex before marriage, outside marriage, all of that. But Google, getting a safe abortion, it's really, really hard.
in Bangalore.
In Bangalore, whatever, right? What gynecologist would I go to? Who's not going to make me feel uncomfortable? Who's, who I know I can trust and I can rely. And there's still so much shame around it, right? So I want privacy.
And not going to tell my mother or their friend.
Right, or doesn't know someone I know, But so, in India, it's not the same to get a safe abortion in Bangalore and that even that definition of what safe is, as in New York, right? Yes, women are always asking for a raise, but I've dealt with young women in my newsroom. They do it in the worst way possible. It's guaranteed not to get you a raise. Whereas the men are much more smarter, they're more tactical, Yes, they have a lot of confidence, they have a lot of aspiration, but I don't know if they necessarily have the knowledge to get what they want.
So, fast forward to 5 years from now, where do you see Broadsheet? And what will be the numbers? You've come from media, you've come from First Coast, so you know numbers pretty well. So, what would be a great yardstick for you?
I think in 5 years, we will be with her all day, every day. We will be the one place that she turns to fulfill all her knowledge needs. Whether she is trying to figure out how to throw a bachelorette party, or she wants to figure out whatever big news event happened, or if she's trying to achieve a goal like run a half marathon or whatever it is. And we will be in multiple languages, so we will be talking to all kinds of women, and so we want to talk to all women everywhere, right? And if you can take it abroad and find a way to do an integration, whether for the diaspora, whether for Southeast Asia, I hope, by that time, once we crack this platform, we crack this product, I think there's no limit to it.
Excellent.
Right?
So all the very best to both of you. I'm sure that lots of the topics that you are going to be covering is relevant to someone like me in my 50s.
Yes.
And not just at 45
absolutely.
to 35. I think this is definitely a big need in the country today. And all the best to both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.